Because Mr. Ali has distinguished himself in his field, he has been selected to deliver the valedictory address. I invite your valedictorian to speak on your behalf. Mr. Ali.
His Excellency Anthony Thomas Aquinas Carmona, ORTT, SC, President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago and Chancellor of UTT. Mr. Curtis R. Manchun, Chairman of UTT's Board of Governors and other members of the board. Professor Diana Singh, President, UTT. Dr. Fazal Ali, Senior Vice President and Provost, UTT. Dr. Marion Watson, Vice Provost of Undergraduate Studies, Foundations, and Prior Learning. Orators, Dr. Hazel Ann Gibbs de Pisa and Mr. Richard Pierre. Program Professors and Academic Heads, Mr. Philip Robinson, Registrar, Dr. Letitia Williams, Assistant Vice President, Student Support Services, members of senior UTT staff and faculty, members of UTT's Student Guild, specially invited guests, students and staff of UTT, graduates of 2014, family members and friends, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a special good evening to all. Firstly, I would like to begin by expressing my gratitude for the opportunity of being your valedictorian for this year's graduation ceremony. I am humbled by the support received in attaining this post. So guess what? We made it, guys. Congratulations. Give yourselves a round of applause. I invite you to take a look back at our experiences as I share a brief message with my fellow graduates and the university community. Imagine this. The year is 1874, and a young boy just after completing high school and surviving a close call with cholera is being forced to join the Austro-Hungarian army. To evade this, he grabbed a couple of his books and fled to the mountains. Would you believe that such a person will be one to significantly impact how modern-day civilization has developed? This young boy goes by the name of Nikola Tesla. Migrating to the USA, he made his first large impact. Gentlemen by the names of J.P. Morgan and George Westinghouse were about to heavily invest in a new endeavor created by Thomas Edison known as direct current. Direct current works like this. There is a power source, and the further away you move from it, the current becomes less. So this meant that in order to power an entire country, there would be the need to construct power stations which burn large volumes of coal every 2 miles. Yet, large-name investors were willing to throw money at this idea. Tesla looked at this and said, no, there has to be a better way to do this. And that's where he came up with his idea of alternating current, which today allows a power plant to be situated in La Brea and can power homes all the way in Tuku. Tesla also looked at the thousands of miles of telegraph cables that were being used to transmit messages and said, there has to be an easier way to achieve this. He then got the motivation to develop the first wireless transmissions. Although today, only when we have to upload our files for our final projects, UTT Wi-Fi does look to give trouble. Even up until his passing, Tesla wanted to improve electrical transmission, and he went into researching wireless transmission of electricity, of which today, scientists at MIT are only now discovering something called resonant magnetic coupling. Resonant magnetic coupling. Hope you all know what I mean, because I don't. I just find it sound cool. So why am I up here giving you a history lesson about Tesla? I invite you to take notice of a key characteristic that he had. He always questioned the status quo and always looked at improvement. What is the best way in which things can be done? I come to you as a graduate from one of our engineering programs. I am also pleased to say that I belong to the first graduating cohort of UTT back when I did my diploma in chemical engineering. So it is fitting that this year we celebrate our 10th anniversary, and I can attest to how far we've come since then. So you might ask, 10 years to take this man to graduate? Well, not quite. After completing my diploma, I went out in the industrial workplace and decided to continue my studies on a part-time basis while employed. Our graduates have developed and we are beginning to leave our mark in the workplaces of our respective fields. I myself have had a successful career, as short as it was. Within those 10 years, I faced challenges at an ammonia plant and a desalination plant, and was involved in a variety of projects, and could have only been successful by applying what I learned right here at UTT. This has led me to and given me the confidence to take on the huge responsibility of managing several of the assets at our country's newest power plant. Now, not because I work in a power plant I choose to talk about Tesla, that was completely coincidental. We have all heard the cliche, achieving success is the result of hard work. We've heard this so many times that we may not even realize what potential can be released by acting upon it. We all have various challenges in our lives, and our focus can be split into many avenues. If you have a passion for something, that means you really want it. I would think so. And if you really want it, won't you do everything that you could to attain it? I would definitely do so. So whenever you do something, ask yourself, is this the best that I could have done? And only when you have satisfied yourself with that answer, look at the product you have created, and you will be amazed as to what you can achieve. Having said that, this was something I learned right here at this university. I am one of the 3 members of the group that won BP's Ultimate Field Trip 2014. The competition is an energy project-based challenge where university students from the UK, USA, Canada, Angola, and Trinidad and Tobago participated. Our team, our UTT team, competed and progressed to the finals where we were crowned national champions. Thank you. We visited Alaska and Chicago as ambassadors of Trinidad and Tobago on a trip that carried us to oil and gas operations in the Arctic, to business, economic, and energy stock trading activities in Illinois. It was a life-changing experience. So how exactly could a bunch of UTT students achieve something like this? You see, we took a page out of Tesla's book. It was our commitment to doing the best that we could possibly do. For example, we would come up with an idea and then ask ourselves, can we do more to improve on this? What if we added this or removed this? And then we would put in the hard work needed to achieve it. It was as simple as that. In light of this, yes, we as graduates have worked hard and we have earned our right to graduate. But there is a group of people who have also put in a lot of work to ensure that we are the ones who achieve success. These people are our family members, lecturers, and professors. They have dedicated their efforts, and some of them going above and beyond to sacrifice personal time so that we as graduates could achieve our goals. Remember when you bothered mommy or daddy or your siblings or your significant other to be your audience, to practice your presentations? Or you went by your lecturer and said, "Sir, I really don't know what he was trying to teach in class, and could you explain this to me again?" And yet he still did it. I am sure you will all agree with me in recognizing that who we are today was in some way influenced by our loved ones and our academic mentors. I now ask everyone to join me in applauding the efforts of our families and faculty staff members. Right, so we're about to get a little intense. Please allow me to ask everyone to consider a challenge. The product leaving here tonight is the UTT graduate, and we have made a significant impact out there already. I am challenging everyone to elevate the status of the UTT graduate. What is the best that we can do? I am reminded of a behavior we considered when creating the culture framework of the company I work for. It says we are developed locally and benchmarked globally. But what if instead those on the global scene look to our country to be benchmarked by? All things are possible. We know this, right? It is achievable. I was fortunate enough to be an audience member of the speech given by Malala Yousafzai at the National Academy of the Performing Arts. As we know, she is an advocate for girls to access education worldwide. Many aspects of her speech were highly motivational. And one of the most impressionable statements I took away was that related to, why did she even bother to come to Trinidad to promote education for women? She responded by stating, when she visits other countries where people do not have access to education such as ours, she would use Trinidad and Tobago as an example to be benchmarked by, as we have access to education for all, from primary to tertiary. At that moment, I felt overwhelmed with national pride, and I was proud to be called a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. Doesn't that make you feel proud of your nationality? Tonight, we have graduates and faculty from agriculture, engineering, environmental, management, information and communication technology, maritime, and the arts. Can we not strive to elevate the status of the UTT graduate such that when someone in your respective field visits Trinidad and Tobago, they will experience developments in innovation that they will carry back to their country and say, I learned this in Trinidad and Tobago, and we need to start implementing it to be as successful as they are. Or you may be the one in an international environment, and people around you will recognize that your academic background is from Trinidad and Tobago, and you are capable of bringing success to their endeavors. We too can also become as instrumental as Tesla in creating breakthroughs in our fields. As a UTT graduate, we are not only concerned with becoming an expert in our field, we are to become entrepreneurs. With the knowledge and experiences gained, we have to continue to work hard as we have responsibilities. We have a responsibility to become engaged in our field, as we know engagement promotes performance. We have a responsibility to develop our communities. We have a responsibility to maintain a family life grounded on values. We have a responsibility to add value to our nation, and we have a responsibility to positively impact the world. As graduates, we should not wait for an opportunity to come knocking. We should be the ones to go out there and create the opportunity for ourselves and those around us. Our communities, our society, our country, the world needs leaders. A leader is not someone who gives directives, but a leader is one through whom the people around him or her are inspired towards achieving success or greatness. We are leaders. In closing, I would like to thank everyone once again for giving me the opportunity to be your valedictorian and for taking a part of my message in the hope that it inspires you to greatness. Tonight is our night. We have worked hard for this, and we have deserved this. We are UTT graduates.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shameal Ali. How well you captured some of the characteristics that we would like to continuously focus on. How do we achieve the best? How do we discover human potential? How do we accept the challenges before us? Because it's input and output. The product is always dependent on the experience. And I would say, Mr. Ali, that you demonstrate very well the aspirations that we have here at UTT. Once again, congratulations to you, to all of you, and may you go from strength to strength. Thank you again.